First, I wanted to say that the block to human relationships is thinking that you're always right and not being able to see another point of view. And you may never agree with someone else who holds a position very different from yours, but that human being is equally loved by God. God doesn't favor anybody. He is no respecter of persons, as the Bible says, meaning that God, divinity, loves all lives that divinity has created equally, totally, and unconditionally. And every life has value. So when we meet someone that we may not agree with or have a hard time as we talk to them, we must remember that God sees value in that life, and God will find a way, according to the person's journey, of making that purpose and that dignity and that meaningfulness known to the world in some way. And we hope that it's sooner rather than later. So we think this morning of persons that have really reached out to us or come across our wavelength and vision and presence at critical times, and we will pay tribute to those a little later. We're in the midst of finding ways to, instead of always trying to be right, trying to be helpful, trying to be promote greater understanding, greater compassion, greater love between everyone that we meet and people that we hear about, people whose lives are discussed and pondered as we talk to people in our midst today. Not everybody comes to what I'd call the Christ spirit of love and God's way easily. It takes sometimes a lot longer. We are blessed in this wonderful ministry to have the deep teaching that we have been given and the insight and the sensitivity to truth and to love and to the light that Christ has given the earth. Our dear Reverend Flower A. Newhouse and co-founder Lawrence Newhouse have helped this wonderful retreat to come into existence and thrive. And their great gift to us is to welcome everybody here in a way that helps that person develop spiritually in his or her own way. Some people take a long time, and I think part of this is the level of the soul itself and the interest, the motivation of each person who comes into a lifetime, and then also the conditioning that comes about when that soul enters through a family, through a mother, and through relatives and the home, and then also through people that the incoming soul meets, and other persons have an influence on us. And then our soul's motivation, our soul's, you might say, force, the soul force of an individual who comes in maybe not knowing exactly what he or she will do in a lifetime, but knowing that that soul has meaning and has a gift to give in some way that nobody else can give in the same way. So that's very important.